Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Two men arrested after the theft of motor vehicle in St. James. A team of lawmen assigned to the St. James Police Division have arrested two men following an incident involving a stolen motor car on Belgrade Avenue, Greenwood, St. James on Tuesday, July 18. Reports were that about 12:50 p.m., a man discovered that his motor car was stolen from his home and alerted the police. When the use of a tracking device that was affixed to his vehicle, the police team was led to an area in Greenwood in the parish where the stolen car was seen. On the arrival of the police, three men were seen with several car parts and car accessories belonging to other vehicles that was not seen in their possession. On seeing the lawmen, one of the men ran, two of the men were arrested and taken into custody. However, their identities are being withheld pending further investigation. Indicom probes police killing of dog. The Independent Commission of Investigations Indicom has launched a probe following the police killing of a dog along Battersea Main Road in Port Manchester on Monday. The firearm of the police constable involved in the shooting has been seized for ballistic testing, reporters understand. Reports indicate that about 4:15 p.m., two policemen were on patrol duty along the roadway when they signaled a white Toyota Mark X motor vehicle to stop. One of the cops was walking towards the Mark X when he was attacked by a pack of dogs. Police said as the dogs ran towards him, the cop became fearful that they would cause him harm, pull his firearm, and discharge one round on the pack. The dogs reportedly fled in different directions. However, a brown and black dog with white spot fell to the ground nearby the roadway. It was discovered that it had a gunshot wound to the left side. The police said no member of the police team was injured, neither was there any report of any other dogs being injured or property damaged. Government dismisses reports of diplomatic row between Jamaica and US. The government has dismissed reports of a diplomatic row between Jamaica and the United States. The statement comes in light of a recent media report suggesting that there was tension between the countries because the spouse of an American diplomat who was not granted diplomatic immunity. The diplomat is involved in a same-sex marriage. The report claimed that resulted in a number of Jamaican diplomats in America having issues with their stay in that country. However, in the post-cabinet press briefing update on Wednesday morning, Information Minister Robert sought to clarify the matter, quoting a release issued by the Foreign Affairs Ministry. According to the release, the heads of the Jamaican missions in the United States, whose tenure will come naturally at the end of later this year, are already preparing for their transition.
Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith, has dismissed recent media reports of a diplomatic row, in quotations, between Jamaica and the United States. In accordance with diplomatic practice and within the ambit of its constitution, Jamaica grants privileges and immunities to incoming diplomats, their staff, and families to either reside or visit the country. All requests made to the Foreign Ministry are considered within that context. Members of staff from both countries continue to reside and work in each other's territory and are expected to observe the laws of host country. Minister Johnson-Smith emphasized that Jamaica has always complied with procedures and set term limits for the length of stay of diplomats within the United States. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade has complied with these procedures and has in fact conducted its customary rotation exercise. Heads of Jamaican missions in the United States, whose tenure will come naturally to an end later this year, are already preparing for their transition. She emphasized that the government of Jamaica recognizes the importance of maintaining the traditions and practices of diplomacy, which have long ensured a seamless relationship with the diplomatic community and supported vibrant and admirable relations with the United States for over 60 years.
Jamaica to forego some $10 million in backside leverage payment from Wendalco. Jamaica is to forego an estimated $10 million in backside leverage payment from Wendalco over a 2-year period. The announcement was made by Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark in Parliament. Dr. Clark said the company is on the brink of shutting down and the relief will help it remain in operation and recover financially. The Finance Minister noted that during the waiver period, Wendalco has committed to producing alumina at a level that is 10% higher than that it was in 2022.
So we have been in dialogue with Wendalco about these issues in the past and have maintained the levy regime despite their advocacy. However, Madam Speaker, the situation has deteriorated and the challenges currently faced by Windalco have brought them to the brink of closure. In an effort to remain in operation, they have reached out to the government for assistance. After assessing the situation, the government has agreed to provide Windalco with a 2-year relief from the payment of the bauxite production levy. This cushion is to allow them the latitude they will need to put in place the systems to make their business viable. We will also seek during this period to revise the bauxite production levy regime to make Jamaica more competitive in this industry. And the government will ensure that a payment schedule is developed for all outstanding amounts owed by Windalco to the government for bauxite levy accruing from previous periods.
Government allocates $104 million to assist farmers impacted by drought. Farmers affected by the ongoing drought are to get an additional support from the government through an allocation of $104 million. Agriculture Minister Floyd Green made the announcement in the lower house. He said $8 million has been allocated for the trucking of water to affect farm communities. Another initiative aimed at helping vegetable farmers impacted by the drought is the allocation of $20 million for a seed program.
Madam Speaker, as we recognize that the drought persists, that higher temperatures persist, I have tasked the Ministry's Agricultural Disaster Risk Management Committee to continue the evaluation of the impact of drought conditions and identify practical solutions that will allow our farmers to sustainably continue their farming enterprises. So, Madam Speaker, additionally today, I'm pleased to announce that we will be allocating an additional $104 million to help our farmers who continue to reel from the extensive dry conditions. Madam Speaker, to address the challenges of water scarcity and drought caused by climate change, we've initiated a comprehensive program for the trucking of water to farming communities. This program aims to provide temporary relief by delivering water to areas where access to irrigation is limited. The water trucks will transport water to farmers in need, and we've allocated $8 million for this process. I say to MPs again, I'll be reaching out to you to help identify registered farmers who are in need of water on their farms. In light of the impact of climate change, including unpredictable rainfall patterns and increased pest pressure, we have implemented a vegetable seed provisioning initiative. Our vegetable lines have been the hardest hit by this drought. Whether it be lettuce, cabbage, tomato, we are seeing significant reduction, and as such, we are going to be providing vegetable seeds to ensure that we can get production back up. So we will be distributing high-quality, climate-resilient vegetable seeds to farmers across the country. The seeds have been carefully selected to withstand varying climatic conditions, ensuring a more reliable and sustainable food supply. We have allocated $20 million to this, again, as the mode of operation not only will rather be able to provide the names of the farmers, but we will depend on the MPs to also provide the names of some of your vegetable farmers who are in need of these resistant seed varieties.
Please remember to subscribe, like, share,